Now, earlier today, I reported on Caitlin Clark coming back to the basketball court. Broke the internet. Guys, we haven't seen Caitlin Clark play basketball probably, I would say July, early July. We're in late to middle December, bro. And I'm telling you right now, well, we're in early December, my bad. I'm telling you right now, it is definitely going to be a sight to see. We ain't wasting no time.
In December 2024, Caitlin Clark returns to North Carolina after 5 months in silence. Her absence felt deeply across the sports world. Her comeback isn't just about basketball, it's a test of how women's sports have been managed during her longest off-season. As fans eagerly await her return, the question remains, has her star been given the support it deserves? Clark's comeback could redefine the future of women's sports and the way we celebrate its brightest stars.
I feel like she has not really been saying a whole lot on social media to kind of help the brand grow, her brand, especially at a time like this. I feel like Caitlin Clark should definitely be tweeting a little more. She should be posting a little more just to kind of get the engagement back with the fans. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The engagement is not there from the Caitlin Clark fan base. So this is what she put today. So today is Aaliyah Boston birthday. So Aaliyah Boston will be down in North Carolina with Caitlin Clark as well for this whole Team USA situation. Guys, this is big time news. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Caitlin Clark's story highlights a critical issue that few are discussing. In her rookie season, she averaged 19.2 points and 8.4 assists, and her presence on WNBA broadcasts drew an average of 2.1 million viewers, triple the league's previous record. Her impact extended beyond the court, generating an estimated $3.4 billion in economic value for the league and its partners. Yet, during this vital growth phase for women's basketball, her social media activity has been minimal. Her last Instagram post before the Team USA announcement was 2 days prior, with sporadic updates and little engagement strategy. In contrast, her college days at Iowa were marked by relentless content, behind-the-scenes access, and constant fan interaction, building a powerful, unprecedented connection. So, what changed? She transformed from a college superstar who knew how to grow her brand into a professional athlete, seemingly stepping back from the platform that elevated her. This shift isn't accidental, it's a deliberate strategic decision, and understanding why is crucial for the future of her career in women's sports.
Caitlin Clark posted 2 days ago. That ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? That ain't bad. But I feel like Caitlin should definitely be posting a little bit more. But yeah, man, she's definitely gonna be making her rounds. I'm pretty sure a lot of people is exploding online about this. Let's head back over to X and see what Caitlin Clark people was saying on the internet. Let's get the internet reactions. Caitlin Clark officially arrived at Team USA. Let's see here. What's this? Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hall latest TikTok? Oh, wow. I have not seen this.
Okay.
Here's what makes this situation so compelling. In May 2024, Caitlin Clark signed with Excel Sports Management just weeks before the WNBA draft, bringing in new representation at a pivotal moment. Her agent, Abby Wambach-Goldstein, came over from CAA with a strong resume built around managing elite, high-profile athletes. But somewhere in that transition, the strategy changed, and not necessarily for the better. The constant engagement faded. The direct line to fans grew quieter. What once felt organic and personal began to feel polished, filtered, and corporate. For most stars, that might work. For Caitlin Clark, it's a gamble. Her value isn't just rooted in talent, it's rooted in authenticity. She's the underdog who took punishment all season and kept standing up. The small-town Iowa kid who never lost her humility even as she became the face of women's basketball. Her fans don't just want highlights. They want connection. They want access. They want to feel like they're walking the journey with her.
Cherry and watermelon marshmallows. Okay, you ready?
She's forcing me to do this.
Okay, ready? 1.
We don't have enough marshmallows for this. Okay.
2. Don't chew it.
Don't go too. You're gonna have to go faster.
3.
Hold on.
Ooh.
I just want to have a little marshmallow. Daniel. Hi. Huh?
Sure.
That TikTok with Lexi Hall on December 5th at 1 p.m. perfectly captures what's been missing. It's light, unscripted, and effortless, the kind of moment that feels genuine instead of manufactured. That's why fans connected with Caitlin Clark in the first place. Not because she's polished or flawless, but because she feels relatable and real. And the timing is impossible to ignore. The clip went live the same day she arrived at Team USA camp. That's not random. That's a realization that a brand this influential can't afford to disappear for months at a time. The offseason doesn't pause the algorithm. Fans don't stop scrolling just because games aren't being played. And other athletes certainly don't stop building their presence. This is the truth of athlete branding in 2025. Consistency wins every time. One high-production post every few weeks can't compete with steady, authentic engagement. Social media rewards familiarity, not perfection. Caitlin's rise wasn't built on glossy content, it was built on real moments, posted often. That connection is why thousands once showed up just to watch her practice.
This was posted today at 1 o'clock. This came out earlier today. I think this was pretty funny, man. Look, everybody, Erica stated slow motion entrance for Caitlin Clark. Well done, you Team USA. So just like I told y'all earlier today, the content that we're going to get from it, because no one from the media is there, will have to be USA basketball. And this is separate from the W. So I want to see how they is going to handle the management with the Caitlin Clark content. Like, I want to see a lot of Caitlin Clark content. I ain't going to lie to you, because we all got to remember, Caitlin Clark has not played basketball.
This reveals a fundamental infrastructure issue. Team USA Basketball controls the content pipeline for this camp, with no independent media credentials, no beat reporters with cameras, and no ESPN crews with unrestricted access. Everything we see is filtered through USA Basketball's official social channels, creating a bottleneck. These bottlenecks are risky when it comes to maintaining momentum for the sport's biggest star. Historically, USA Basketball's social media strategy has centered on team highlights, practice footage, game previews, roster updates rather than individual personalities. They rarely produced the kind of behind-the-scenes, personality-driven content that Caitlin Clark's fan base craves. They're not capturing her day-to-day life or the unscripted moments that make her relatable. That's a problem because Clark isn't just another player, she's the main reason casual fans tune into Team USA's exhibition games. Her presence elevates everyone around her, but only if she remains visible and relevant. 5 months without content is a long time in today's attention economy. Athletes can lose endorsement deals over short periods of inactivity, and brands shift to more visible competitors. Fans can easily find new players to follow. The mistaken belief that Clark's popularity will sustain itself without effort is a dangerous trap that can derail her career and momentum.
Hold on, I'm going to go to the latest. Let me see here. Latest. Somebody else, Caitlin Clark arrived. Shout out to Correlation. Let's see here. What else is other people saying? Caitlin Clark Nation, we back. Y'all know we back in the building. Bro, I'm telling you, it is going to be a lit situation these next couple days. Well, really pretty much this whole weekend, man. Y'all gonna tune into the channel. The content for the NBA coming right back like it never left. Caitlin Clark is back. Bro, I just hope and pray, Lord Jesus, everybody tune in, guys. Everybody gonna have to tune in, bro. It's just that simple. Everybody gonna have to tune in to the return of Caitlin Clark.
The reaction to that arrival video was revealing. Within just 13 minutes of USA Basketball posting it, engagement numbers surged. Comments flooded in, and Caitlin Clark's name trended on X. The WNBA subreddit exploded with discussion, all from just 23 seconds of footage showing her walking into a facility. That's abnormal. It's a clear sign of what happens when an audience has been starved of content and finally receives even a small glimpse to react to. This moment validates her drawing power but also serves as a warning. Demand must be met with consistent content. Contrast this with how other leagues handle their superstars. The NBA doesn't allow LeBron James to disappear for 5 months without maintaining visibility. His team, sponsors, and the league itself ensure constant exposure, sharing behind-the-scenes training videos, family moments, business ventures, keeping his narrative alive year-round. The WNBA is still learning this lesson. They've spent decades fighting for attention, and now they have a player who effortlessly attracts it. But attracting attention and sustaining it are different skills. One is talent, the other is strategy. Here's the challenge: Caitlin Clark is only 22. She just finished one of the most physically and emotionally demanding seasons of her life. She faced flagrant fouls, media controversies, mounting fan expectations, and the immense pressure of carrying the league's viewership. She's earned a break, deserves time away from cameras, microphones, and scrutiny. Yet, the business side of sports doesn't care about what's deserved, it cares about ROI. As the face of a league vying for $1 billion media rights deal, her offseason isn't truly her own. The pressure to keep her in the public eye is relentless, even when she needs rest.
She's going to have a rebrand, and this rebrand is going to be legendary. I mean legendary, bro. Hopefully Team USA hold up their end of the bargain though, bro, because that's who we got to rely on for the content. Unfortunately, bro, we got to rely on them for the content. Let's check out some more pictures. Aaliyah Boston in the building. Is that Aaliyah Boston logo? Who else in the building? So you sit on. Look, Stephanie White got her pina colada head. Something in the building. Angel Reese in the building. But y'all know ain't nobody coming in the building how Caitlin is. Caitlin gonna break the damn internet. She gonna get the most views and she gonna be talked about the most.
A rebrand in this context isn't about changing who Caitlin Clark fundamentally is. It's about refining how she's presented to the world, who controls that narrative, and what her long-term strategy looks like beyond her playing days. Her new representation at Excel Sports Management manages some of the biggest names in sports, with expertise in endorsements, negotiations, media rights, and appearance fees. They understand how to maximize her earning potential during her prime years. That's essential and valuable. However, they need to recognize something crucial about Caitlin Clark: her brand is rooted in authenticity and accessibility. If she becomes too polished, overly corporate, or heavily managed, she risks losing the essence that makes her special. Her fans don't crave a perfectly curated Instagram feed, they want to see the player who cried after losing in the national championship, who trash-talked opponents on the court, and who stayed after practice in Iowa City to sign autographs for young fans. The rebrand must strike a balance, enhancing her professionalism without sacrificing her genuine, relatable personality. Achieving this balance requires a team that understands both traditional athlete management and the nuances of modern digital engagement. The upcoming weeks at Team USA camp offer a unique opportunity. Caitlin will be surrounded by some of the top players in American basketball: Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, veterans who have navigated the challenges of being the league's face, handling media pressure, fan expectations, and the business side of the sport. Their experience can guide her in crafting a sustainable, authentic brand that resonates long-term. That mentorship environment also doubles as a real-time stress test for how USA Basketball chooses to handle Caitlin Clark's visibility. If they're smart, they'll understand that amplifying her presence helps everyone. More Caitlin Clark content doesn't take attention away from the roster, it expands the audience for it. Her reach drives engagement across Team USA's social platforms, pulls casual fans into the ecosystem, and builds anticipation for international competitions where the spotlight only intensifies. We've already seen this mistake before. Early in the season, the Indiana Fever struggled badly with their digital strategy. They posted standard game highlights but missed the moments that actually mattered: the personality clips, the behind-the-scenes access, the small interactions fans were begging for. They pushed team branding while the audience was demanding Caitlin-centric content. It took months for them to adjust, and by the time they did, a massive amount of engagement had already been lost. USA Basketball doesn't have the luxury of that learning curve. Their window is tight. Exhibition games in the spring. Possible international tournaments in the summer. Every post between now and then is laying the groundwork for those moments. Every day they don't showcase Caitlin Clark is a day her audience finds their basketball fix somewhere else. And here's the reality about fan behavior in women's basketball: loyalty is player-driven, not team-driven. Fans follow athletes, not jerseys. They'll watch Breanna Stewart overseas. They'll tune into Aya Wilson's off-season workouts. They'll consume content wherever their favorite players appear, regardless of the logo on the uniform. Caitlin Clark's fan base isn't automatically loyal to the Fever or to Team USA. Their loyalty follows her. And organizations that understand that will grow. Those that don't will keep wondering where the audience went. They're loyal to her. And keeping that loyalty alive isn't about occasional updates or polished highlight reels. It's about consistency, authenticity, and a clear strategy that respects Caitlin Clark's need for personal space while still giving fans a sense of connection. That balance is difficult, but it's non-negotiable. The next few weeks will show whether the people around her truly understand that, whether USA Basketball's media team recognizes the opportunity in front of them, and whether Caitlin herself is ready to fully step back into the spotlight after nearly 5 months of silence. Because here's the reality no one wants to admit: the WNBA's recent surge isn't locked in. The 2024 viewership spike was fueled primarily by Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. When they weren't on the floor, the numbers told a different story. Fever games featuring Caitlin averaged roughly 440,000 viewers. Without her, that figure dropped closer to 380,000. That gap matters. That isn't sustained league growth, it's star-driven interest. And star-driven interest demands constant care. You can't let your biggest draw disappear and assume fans will patiently wait. Attention doesn't pause during the offseason. Algorithms don't slow down. Competing leagues and athletes don't stop building audiences just because games aren't being played. That's why Caitlin Clark's arrival at Team USA camp on December 5th means more than just basketball. It's a stress test. Has her management team developed a real content plan, or are they still relying on sporadic posts? Does USA Basketball understand they aren't simply hosting a training camp, but managing the most valuable individual asset in women's sports right now? Early signs suggest the demand hasn't faded. A short arrival clip immediately sparked engagement. The audience didn't leave. They didn't move on. They were waiting. Quietly. Ready to re-engage the moment Caitlin reappeared. The question is whether anyone is prepared to meet that demand with consistent, authentic content, or whether they'll let the moment slip again. Because if they don't fill that space, someone else will. In today's attention economy, empty space never stays empty. It gets claimed by whoever shows up most often. Caitlin Clark earned her place as the face of women's basketball through talent, resilience, and pressure-proof performance. But keeping that position requires a different skill set. It means understanding that the offseason is when momentum is protected or lost. That visibility is foundational, not optional. And that fans who feel ignored don't stay loyal forever, they eventually drift away. So the real test isn't happening on the court. It's happening right now. Over the next few weeks, we'll see whether the infrastructure around Caitlin Clark has evolved or whether 5 months of silence created a hole she'll have to spend next season trying to climb out of.